Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Hello again, everybody. Hopefully you are warm where you're at. I know we're warm. We're in Key West, enjoying some time in the sun with people from the bourbon industry. Pretty cool thing. The Distillers Summit, something you should take advantage of in years to come. It's a yearly thing we do last week in January. Just a great getaway, a great opportunity to see our friends from the bourbon industry. That's what we're doing right now. For you, we've got this show today. It's the best of the Bourbon Daily. We have Kathy Kuhl. The time she decided she wanted to do a Bourbon Zeppelin column called Kathy or KK Poppins. And she was the idea was she just shows up at distilleries, says she's with Bourbon Zeppelin, and sees what happens. Maybe they give her behind the scenes access. Maybe they tell her to get the hell out of there. She wanted to, that was going to be the article. I think it was a fun idea. I liked it. It basically fell apart before it ever got started. She never did a single write-up. Interesting stuff. And here's the show that I did where I talked about it on the air.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Kathy Poppins, the Bourbon Zeppelin column abandoned by Kathy Kuhl before she never turned in column number 1. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Katie Joyce, Tim Swyatt, and Jeff from Iowa.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello, hello.
Love you, Kathy.
Hello. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Kathy today.
Without Kathy here.
Yeah, without Kathy here, which is good, because I don't want to, I don't want counterpoint. I mean, yeah, we just want to be able to talk about this.
We only want one side of the debate.
Yeah, we only want one side of any story, of course.
Exactly.
That's how you get it out there. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Kathy's column that she begged to get in there, and then I helped her out with it, and then she abandoned it. But though, anytime I see her, she's like, next column's coming anytime now. So, yeah, I don't know if it was all a big joke on me, but we'll talk about that after the break. It's just in fun.
I can't wait to talk about this.
I love Kathy Kuhl. So,
I can't wait to talk about this, by the way.
She's awesome. So it'll be fun. But before we get to that, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
Yes. So Taylor Swift has been doing her Eras tour. And so this past weekend, she's been in Kansas City recently. And from when we're recording this, yesterday, my brother's girlfriend got a last minute call from a friend. They had an extra ticket and asked if she wanted to go. She said yes. So that's like a 3-hour drive from us. And so she said last minute yes. And after she was done with work, was going to drive that way. And so I volunteered just to go with her. I had a friend I wanted to see in Kansas City anyway. So got random clapping going on.
I'm sorry, this that.
So we last minute drove to Kansas City. She went to the concert and then we drove back. I got home 4 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
But she got
You just woke up.
Yeah. So she got the ticket for $130, which is really good for Taylor Swift tickets right now. These things are going for like $1,000.
Right.
So my question is, two-part. One of like, what price and distance would you go to a Taylor Swift concert, and how does that compare to just like any other concert?
Okay. For Taylor Swift, you're no longer talking about the amount I have to pay. You're talking about how high would you have to pay me? Like you're saying, you can go to a Taylor Swift concert, I'll give you $500. The answer is going to be no.
We're getting paid?
Well, no, I don't. That's not the question.
How much you would pay, but your answer can be.
I would pay zero. I wouldn't see Taylor Swift. There's no chance. You're
not quite the clientele, so you'd stick out a little bit in the crowd.
No. Yeah,
I don't know. I bet we got at least one or two Swifties in here.
I don't think so.
I'm not one of them, but I'm just saying that there's probably one or two Swifties.
No. Jeff doesn't make eye contact right now.
Jeff is like,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what she sings. I just know that apparently she's a singer and looks a little bit like an alien to me. It looks like she might be from another
serpent
planet.
people.
And that's all I know about her. And
so
she's
Steve,
apparently very popular.
You'd spend zero and you would drive zero.
I would not see Taylor Swift under any circumstances.
Even for $20.
No, God, no, not for 10 cents.
$20 and 1 mile away.
No, I don't. I'm just
asking. I'm just seeing if they're.
You would have to pay me.
If they pay you $20, is that enough?
No, that's not enough. 500.
500 wasn't already.
1,000. I would go if I
wouldn't go for $500, Steve.
Well, the concert is like 3.5 hours long. So this is a lot of work time for Steve because the concert's 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
She puts on an amazing concert. From what
did you, Katie? Are you saying this to see if we're going to judge you because you actually went?
No, I did not go.
Katie totally went. Katie went.
I went to a wine bar and then hung out with a friend for a few hours. I didn't.
That's Instagram eligible. Yes, I can verify that because I did see the post come through.
Okay.
Seen friends in Kansas City. We can verify that.
Yep.
My deal is
document that appropriately.
Less than 20-minute drive, $1,000 plus you got to pay for parking, and I get $100 allocation for snack bar.
That won't go very far.
It won't go far.
So that's Steve's.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I would take. Yeah.
All right. To see Taylor Swift, I had one of my friends ask me, she's like, hey, do you want to fly to Denver to go to Taylor Swift? And I said, absolutely fucking not. No, I said, I don't want to do that even a little bit. Now, if Taylor Swift was playing in Cincinnati and it was not a madhouse, let's say, and the tickets were, I went and saw Hank Jr. for $35. So I'd probably see Taylor Swift for $40, I guess. And I just got to go to Cincinnati and like stand in like the regular place, like Riverbend Music Center, and not be like mobbed.
So you're talking about an hour drive,
Which,
altogether.
I say about an hour drive up there.
Factoring traffic and whatnot.
Yeah, traffic and stuff. But it was not a full like packed house. It was just like a normal like place for us. I'd spend $40 on a ticket. $40. And I drive an hour up to Cincinnati to watch it. Just because, because I like someone would have to ask me to do it. Like I would not do it on my own volition. Like someone would have to be like, hey, do you want to go with me? Like I would not just go like, we should go to Taylor Swift.
Like for just the social aspect of it. If someone asked me to be like,
and also, since Steve got to add in some caveats to his, I will too. I do not want, what I don't want is any fucking Swifties being like, hey, do you want my friendship bracelet?
No.
Do you want to be face painted? Right. Do you want to be BFFs after this? No, please, no one can talk to me at all. Other than the person getting my ticket. Like, I don't want to fucking...
what if Bill Lewis called and said, Becca, let's go see Taylor Swift.
Nope.
Your cost is going to be $35 in Cincinnati and I'm driving.
Not going with Bill.
Sorry, Bill. All the other parameters.
I'd go with Donna.
If
Donna said, hey, I've got a ticket. Do you want to go? I'd go with Donna. I'm not going with Bill.
You'd see him in there eating nachos. You know that trip back would be just brutal.
I love Bill.
And he'd lock the windows.
I'm not going to a concert with Bill. I would go to a concert with Donna. If Donna was like, hey, I bought these tickets. Bill says he absolutely will not go. Will you go with me? I'd go, yeah, absolutely. Donna, love you. I would go with you.
What about Bill?
Not going with Bill. Nope.
Okay, so there's some other
factor goes up.
If Mandy Kaplan
guys
called me,
like us go.
Yeah, if Mandy Kaplan called me, yep,
All right.
I'd go. McNew called me, I would go. Justine, Katie Joyce, I would go as long as it was not expensive for these tickets, like I said.
Okay. They might have to eat part of the
Lenny
ticket.
called you.
No. What about
If
Lenny?
Lenny called you and said,
Lenny called
"Hey,
you?
I won't even visit
Swifties, let's
Lenny
go,
when
we're in
I'm.
Denver.
I won't even visit Lenny when I'm within 5 miles of his distillery. So I don't know why I'd go
This
to
is
concert
true.
with him.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
this is true." Yes.
Lenny
Amy,
walks in the front door of Neely and Becca walks out the back.
if Amy, either Steve's Amy or Lenny's Amy called, absolutely, I'd do it.
Okay.
But I am not going because I want to go. I would go because one of my girlfriends said, "Hey, I've got a ticket. It's $40. Do you want to go?"
What if
And
I
go,
called you and said, "Hey, Becca, you'll get $500. I'll split my 1,000 with you, and but I need someone to go with me."
I'd go with you, Steve. Yeah,
Okay.
for that,
There you go.
for sure.
There you
Yeah,
go.
no, I go with you for
We're
that.
splitting the grand, so that's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
All right,
I'd do that with you, Steve.
All right, Jeff from Iowa. What about you? Taylor Swift.
Well,
Never mind. She'll never go to Iowa. Never mind.
no, believe it or not, she's been like
I'm just kidding. I'm
stone's
sure.
throw from the house. No,
A stone's throw. What the hell is a stone's throw?
through.
It's just a stone's throw from the house.
stone's throw from the old house. But yeah, no, she's been here like 4 or 5 times. I've never.
Oh.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
Like
I
10
don't
years
know,
ago.
I'd pay. No, actually, she was here for the last tour.
I knew he had a
She was here
Swiftie.
right before-
Yeah, there's a Swifty right
Here
there.
he is.
No, you guys.
Oh, no,
Oh my God,
no,
you
guys. I've only seen her 14 times. It's whatever.
Yeah,
She was great on the Red tour.
yeah.
But no,
And the Taylor version, it's amazing.
Tim knows the
Yeah,
name
no, I-
of the album.
I know. I think that
Taylor
Tim's a
version.
fucking Swiftie here. He just
I think he
goes
is.
off, and I was like, the what?
Really? Yeah, he is.
Huh, Tim?
Hi, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the problem. It's me.
So I told you guys. I
I've been waiting to
told
use that.
Katie, Steve. I told the both of you
Right.
that there was at least 2 fucking Swifties on here,
Yep, and we
and I
got
was
'em.
not referring to either one of you. I
Right.
was referring to these 2 motherfuckers. I
Yeah.
knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it that these 2 motherfuckers.
So
were-
Tim would go. Basically, there's dollar amount doesn't even matter, and he's willing
Tim's
to
pay
travel. there, too.
1,000.
yeah,
Hey,
guess
say
what? Guess
1,000,
who's going
easy.
together?
Yeah.
Tim and Jeff.
And Tim.
That's
You're
right.
going as a fucking pair, and
Yeah,
they'll
that's right.
each spend $1,000 a ticket. Oh, it's
Yeah.
3 hours away. For
Right,
for
no
sure,
problem.
we're
We're
going.
there.
Well, they're lucky if
It's
they
not
can
a
find
problem.
that within driving distance.
Oh yeah.
They'll be flying. They're going to
flying.
Phoenix.
They're going to
Correct.
Phoenix.
We're going to
Hornets.
Phoenix.
So you guys
Yeah.
are going together. So
We're gonna get there early
Jeff,
for the
can you
merch
just
line
admit
and
that you're
everything.
you're a Swiftie?
no.
Not-
Just
No.
say it out loud. I'm
Oh
a
God,
Swiftie.
he's still in denial. That's yeah, he's in the denial.
What even
phase.
looks like
Raise
it?
your hand
That's
on here if
exactly-
anybody's got a
that's exactly
tween
what a Swiftie
girl
look
in
like.
their family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one does. Even she didn't want to go to Taylor Swift. I actually felt bad for Emma, my daughter, because she's like, "Yeah, Taylor Swift's in town. A lot of my friends are sending me pictures." But she never asked me, "Dad, would you take me? Would this be something that we could do or anything like that?" I actually felt a little bad because I'm sure that's pretty powerful for that type of figure with the positivity that she brings. So, and I'm a tangential Swiftie due to music being played in the house. But she
God.
did say, "Well, if Def Leppard comes back in the town, can we go?" And I said, "Absolutely." That's my girl.
Look at that.
That's
Look
my
at
girl.
that.
Def
I
Leppard.
love that he
Yes.
tries to cover up the Swiftiness with like, "No, but look, I would totally go to Def
Def
Leppard.
Leppard, yeah.
Oh, Def Leppard.
And then,
Rush. Rush is
well,
like
that
my
raises the
favorite.
question of: is there a concert you would go to for $1,000 a ticket where you have to fly to another city?
$1,000 a ticket is way too much for anything.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
There's
who it
no
is.
concert I would go to for that
Right.
Not
dollar.
$1,000.
No way.
I will fly somewhere for like I drove 11 hours to go see Tool down in like Denver.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, I enjoy
say
traveling
Tool- say
anyway,
Tool
so
is
I'll
fun.
fly. It's a
I got free,
flight,
but
no
I got
problem.
free tickets to it. I had free tickets to
Oh,
Tool, and so
free
I drove
tickets.
down.
Yeah, sure.
And like I flew down there for Incubus and Deftones, but it was like a $200 like ticket.
But you
to
also
fly
lived in
down.
North Dakota.
Yeah, so we had to
at the
fly
time.
anywhere. Yeah, we had to fucking
Exactly.
fly
You had to go.
anywhere.
Who's going to Minot?
No,
You know,
Air Supply went. Air Supply was up there recently.
Jefferson Starships playing Fargo on Saturday night.
Kid
you know.
Rock, Jelly Roll, Nickelback.
Oh, Nickelback.
wow.
Yeah. At the county fair, by the way. Yeah.
Five Finger Death
Becky
Punch.
yelled at an 8-year-old that got on a line. in line.
Kid fucking deserved it.
Get out of my line, you little shit!
I'll cut your fingers off.
I'll cut your fingers off.
That's nice. That's nice. So, Katie, you asked the question. What would you pay, and how far would you drive to see the lights of a Taylor Swift?
Clearly, I would drive 3 hours because I drove 3 hours just to pull near the parking lot of the Taylor Swift concert. I didn't actually go to it.
Yeah.
Like if they had an extra ticket for the 130, I would have been like, sure, I'll go. Like I got nothing going on tonight. That would have been just like for any concert that love like awesome. I think that would have been about like $150 probably would have been my limit of like if we got to like 200, I'd be like, no, thank you. Like I'll go spend $200 like at like a cocktail bar, like having a really great night.
That's like 4 drinks at a cocktail bar.
Right.
You use that $200 to pay your tab at the ABV Barrel Shop.
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So and I would, if it was so I think within driving distance for that though, if it was a band I really liked or an artist I really liked, I would definitely fly somewhere, especially if Southwest went direct. Absolutely. That'd be great. But I'm not paying $1,000 for a concert ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
There's no concert that's worth $1,000.
I don't like live music that much to begin with.
Right.
Like I have my special earplugs because it's just too much noise. Like it's a lot.
Such an adult. Adulting's hard.
It damages your ears. It's
the whole thing. All right.
Adjust your headset.
All right. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Katie. Katie, what do you
have?
No, here we go.
At the back of the table that I'm going to reach for. I have some.
We're all patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Dexter.
Some Dexter. Okay. 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 Decent.
Not bad.
The microphone was moving from her. It sounded like
it's like swinging away.
Rolling thunder. Fair enough. All right. Tim, you're next.
And I'm going to go with a single barrel pick out of her friends at Old Hickory Whiskey Bar on Knob Creek Rye.
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go.
So anyways,
Jeff from Iowa up next.
Yeah. Jeff from Iowa, you're next. Go ahead.
All right. I've got some Remus Volstead Reserve.
Okay.
Oh.
Left in there.
Laughing already.
A little bit left in there.
A little bit left.
A little bit. It's a full drinking bottle, folks. So you know.
Yeah.
Full
bottle. It's got a pour and a half out of there now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's a last show pour right there.
Yeah, it's
almost nothing gone.
So.
It's a very tall bottle. So yeah.
It's really big though. It's a large bottle.
All right, Becca, what do you got?
I've got some Wild Turkey 101 rye.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see.
Basie.
Base.
No.
Nothing. Didn't hear anything.
Oh,
Didn't hear anything? Oh.
I didn't hear anything.
Amy's got the lead, but I got Art of the Spirits here from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Oh, good.
I'm hoping for good things. I mean, I think that was enough.
Why am I not hearing Steve's? Like I heard
There was a lot of like.
I heard a
There's
squeak,
Katie's
squeak,
one.
whoosh.
There were squeaks.
Ooh, okay,
I
Jeff,
heard
who won? Jeff,
him
you're
and I
back
got the
for the
same
first time
thing.
in a while. Who won?
I heard
Oh my
squeak,
God.
squeak.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Oh no! Really?
Someone that
judge.
you've known forever, or someone you just met?
You got to let us know. You have to give us the answer of who won the cork pop, but in Buffalo Bill's accent.
Buffalo Bill is going to tell us who won the cork pop.
Or try Becca's German.
No one can do my
Madam
German.
accent.
Don't do my German accent.
do
We'll
the-
get banned for that.
Yeah.
I think Katie won with her excellent cork pop.
There you go, Katie. You win. You. Our rule is
The
you
most
can't.
terrifying win ever.
You can't protest. There's nothing I
She's
can
like,
do.
no,
Katie.
thank you. No, thank you.
He's like, I'm fine actually. I didn't want to win. It's all Steve.
Yeah, no. Don't say my
I'll
name.
come by and present your trophy.
Yeah. I'll come over in my robe.
Oh my God.
Come over in my van. We're going to deliver to you.
Get in the van. Yeah, I hurt my arm.
Oh my God.
All right, cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Kathy Kuhl's Bourbon Zeppelin column. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Danny Kennard, which is turning into Freddie Mills. Y'all have a good fucking day, because this is the Bourbon Daily. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Kathy Kuhl's epic column in the Bourbon Zeppelin.
Yes, we are. So, Kathy Kuhl comes to me at the Bourbon Zeppelin and says...
Bourbon Zeppelin.
The Bourbon Zeppelin, and says, hey, I want to write for you.
It's my German accent.
Yeah. And she says, so I said, great. Well, she's like, what's the process? I'm like, you've done it. You asked me, and I said, you can. What do you want to write about? And she's like, well, what do you want me to write about? I'm like, no, I like people, bringing their passion. So they tell me what they want to write about. And she says, I want to go to distilleries and just show up and then say I'm writing for Bourbon Zeppelin and see what happens. Well, perfect. I don't know what's going to happen. Some may be like, we'll show you around. Others may be like,
get the fuck out.
And others, others may be like, well, buy a ticket for the tour and then you can enjoy. So I thought it was going to be good. And then Kathy never did any. And she even came up with the great name of Kathy Poppins, because she was going to be popping in. I thought that was a good name.
That's a good thought. She
Kathy
put
Poppins.
some thought into it.
You put some thought into it.
Steve, the best part about this, so I was looking through the show notes prior to the show, obviously.
Yeah.
Around like 5:30 today, our time. And I'm like,
Hey, same.
okay, one of these, there was something I had to like research. And I'm like, okay, no, not the ChatGPT. Okay. Oh, the Bourbon Zeppelin, let's see here. And so I'm like, okay. And so I look back at the last Bourbon Zeppelin. I'm like, oh, no, okay, her post isn't in that. Okay. Click back on the next one. I go, okay, where? Okay, so it wasn't the last one.
I announced it there. Kathy Kuhl's coming on next issue.
Yeah, and so then I click.
She told me she's getting ready to do one the next day, and she's in there. So I was like, oh, okay, we'll announce it.
And so I click on the third one down, and I'm like, God damn, how far back is this fucking article?
Exactly.
Where's this goddamn article? And so I click the fourth one, I click the fifth one, and I go, you know what? I give up. You know what? I'm just going to ask Steve right before the podcast, what this fucking article was about. And
Exactly.
he can give me a brief summary, and then I can say some stuff about it and be like, oh, it's fantastic, Kathy, you're great, you're wonderful. Now I know it's a fucking lie.
It's just a bitch session. Well, she didn't.
We're just making fun of Kathy.
Yeah, it's making fun of Kathy. Well,
And I do love Kathy, but what the fuck, Kathy?
Get it together.
You can't. That's not how a job works.
As here is Kathy's defense counsel.
Okay.
Just raise her hand.
All right, let's hear. Yeah,
Since
let's
we've
hear.
chosen to bring up this topic without her here able to defend
Overruled.
Right.
Overruled.
You gotta deal with
Kathy
Judge
had
Becca.
no control over that promo going out to saying that her article was coming next. There was no article in hand yet when that said it's coming
This is true.
in the
This
next
is true.
episode.
She told me it was coming, but I just believed her.
A verbal contract still does hold up.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna.
I think I've seen some
rule against perpetuities
some
here.
law and orders.
No, there's gonna be some kind
Some
of
people's
violation
court.
in the rule against perpetuities for we added one in for bourbon articles. It now has to be a written contract for those, and there wasn't one. Yep.
Oh,
And
calling it Judge Judy.
yeah.
I think it
know
would have
I'm
been much
objecting to, but-
worse as well for her to start this and get 3-6 articles in, get it start to build up, and then to stop. I think that would have been worse. I think just never actually doing one. It was just an idea at that point. It was a discussion, but never actually submitting one. It was.
Remind me to never hire Katie as a lawyer. This is the worst defense I've ever heard.
She's definitely a public defender at this point. Yeah.
You can't make up the facts of any situation, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Jeff, does this sound like it would have been a good column? Would you have been excited as you're hearing about this now? That Kathy Poppins?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I was when you released that, I was like, yes.
Yeah,
And
it's
I was
gonna be
like,
good.
I never read it. I'm finally going to read it now. No, I'm just kidding. As someone who has,
I'm finally going to read it. This will be something I would read.
it. I always just clicked on it, so Steve got the red.
Oh, thank you.
notification that I
Appreciate that. Yeah.
No, I read it. But no, it's I have no room to tell her that how much of a huge opportunity that you have given her to do this.
Say what a
You know
huge disappointment she was.
I have no room to say something about that because I feel like I did the same thing. But yeah, no, it's the thing is I think you get people excited, Steve. I mean, you get people really excited. So if you have anyone to blame, it's yourself for just being awesome.
Right.
Getting people so excited.
Steve, I was confused because when I first read, like, I didn't like comprehend when I read the our little title, like our reading on that.
Right.
And I was like, who the fuck is Kathy Poppins? And
Right.
Kathy Kuhl is taking over her column?
Right,
Is that what
right.
I just read? And I was like, okay, Kathy, who the fuck was Kathy
I'm
Poppins?
like, is this a different lesson? I was like, this was like a different
It
lesson.
was
Like,
it was a writer
Who was
name.
Kathy
Yeah, it's gonna be,
Poppins? And I'm like,
I'm Kathy Poppins.
I know I don't know all of Steve's
It's going to be a
writers,
pen
but-
name. Yeah. It was gonna be
Yeah,
a
and
pen
then I was like, oh, Kathy, okay. And then I just
Poppins.
realized how disappointed I was.
Right. The
So has she
disappointing
told
thing.
you like what distillery she had gone to try this?
No, well, here's how it went down. So I was getting ready to announce 2 new writers that had both approached me. I've never approached anybody and said, "Would you write for me or do this?" Because it's nobody gets paid. It's just a volunteer thing. So I can't. There's people who want to write. That's a creative outlet for some people. They like writing about what they love, and it's a cool thing. Yeah, Katie's giving me the thumbs up. I get it. That's why I don't ask people, because you got to want to do it. And then you do find a lot of times people get to do it. And it's a monthly publication. It comes out twice a month, but I always ask people to commit to one time of the month. The 2 issues are different. They have different writers, and other than me, I tied together both of them. But usually when someone comes up with a column idea, obviously they have a couple ideas typically, and they're the first one, they're ready to go. Second one, third one, it's like, it's getting a little slower, but you get it. And then the fourth one, it's like, this is around this time again already. I'm going to take a month off, and then you never hear from them again. So I get that, but Kathy asked to do it, and then told me I'm going to go to Stumpy's tomorrow and I'll get this. And that's when I put out the thing. It's coming and all this. But yeah. But that being said, I'm giving Kathy a hard time and making a whole show about it.
Never
I love Kathy
followed
Kuhl,
through.
and I don't mind that she didn't do it. That's fine. Kathy's too.
Oh, we mind.
Yeah, we mind.
I am shocked and chagrined, mortified and stupefied. This trial is outrageous. It is a waste of the ABV listeners' time and money. I love Jackie Childs. What's his name? I'm looking at all the Seinfeld quotes.
That's Jackie Childs.
Jackie Childs.
That's Jackie
Childs. That's totally inappropriate. It's lewd, lascivious, salacious, and outrageous.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he comes up with is great. I'm trying to find some stupid comedy lines. And well, as somebody who has written for the Whiskey Corner, knowing it's kind of an as goes as I'm also about a year and a half late for my next article as well. And I do know I'm one of those probably 4 article people that fade away. Yeah. And I do enjoy the writing part of it. I do enjoy doing some of that. Kathy's is really taking a step where she's got to throw herself out there a little bit, and that's a lot of risk. Walking into distillery and say, hey, I read for the Bourbon Zeppelin. What do you say next?
Right.
Well, I think that if anything, she should talk to Della Fane.
Yes.
Della Fane is the most prolific, intelligent, fantastic writer of the Bourbon Zeppelin, and she gets into everything by just using.
She goes to beer festivals and all this.
The media writer here. Yeah. Do you understand who I am? I am Della fucking Fane.
And the great thing is, they'll be like, I don't know Bourbon Zeppelin. They're like, she's like, you don't? That's embarrassing.
She goes, have you seen my media pass? Do you know I'm Della Fane? And people are like, we didn't know that the Bourbon Zeppelin was coming out here. You didn't know we were coming out. Where's my pass? And they go, here you go, ma'am. Sorry that we even question you at all. Yeah. And I mean, I think that if anything, like people should just.
Della does a great job. Yeah, she's living a good life.
Take a page out of Della's book.
The funny thing is, Della has been with me the longest on Bourbon Zeppelin. 7 years. She started in 2016 when I started.
Rocks and rolls it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she gets media passes to stuff that you don't even know about.
Right. Oh, I know. Yeah.
She just shows up and says, "Where's my media pass?"
Right. I'm Della Fane.
I'm Della fucking Fane, and they don't question.
And she's like, "What?"
No one questions Della Fane about if she's
public
important.
Museum. You can just walk in. She's like, "I need a media pass."
I need a media pass.
I need behind the scenes.
She literally like goes to like festivals and just goes, "I'm Della Fane for the Bourbon Zeppelin," and they're like, "We don't have that down." You don't have that down,
right?
Does someone have a media pass? You get her a media pass. Here you go, ma'am, and she just gets everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Della Fane's got it fucking down.
Della does.
The dog agrees. I just heard him bark.
Yep. Now Cooper's agreeing too.
Like hell yeah. Eddie no shirt. Della Fane. Absolutely.
The most disappointing thing to me about this whole thing is we don't get to see the articles. I would have just loved to see what happened, even one time. And it was going to be Stumpy's, which would be kind of a no-brainer. I mean, they wouldn't have been mean to her. They would have like, oh gosh, yes, come on in. I wanted to see what it was going to be, but that, alas, we miss out on that.
If Kathy Kuhl shows up here as Kathy Poppins, I'm throwing her out. And she's gonna. And her article is gonna be so short. It's gonna go.
It's gonna be great.
Neely Family
I would love it though.
And I was thrown out.
I'd love to print that article. That would be awesome. Yeah, I could throw it out.
And Madam Rebecca came around the corner.
Kathy Poppins
with my.
And I was thrown out using a German accent.
Gets out.
All right.
What I think actually happened is that Kathy decided she was only going to put out excellence in making sure that this was a long-running article. Yes. And so she was building up multiple articles. I have the dogs playing.
Sure.
And so she was wanting to make sure that she had articles stacked up so she wouldn't be one of those people who only put out 3 or 4 articles and then fizzled off. That she's only going to put out the best.
She's building up
that is
portfolio.
Good quality work.
Fucking lawyer thing to say.
Yeah.
What a goddamn lawyer thing to say.
Has anybody else seen Katie with a filter looking like a cat? This seems like that defense lawyer that had the filter on like a cat right now. Like,
I promise I'm here and live. I'm not a cat. Oh, no shit.
No, you're a cat, actually. No, I'm not a cat. I don't know why it's showing me as a cat. I'm not a cat. I swear.
I'm with you. Kathy wants to put out excellence because we know she pisses glitter. So she's fantastic. And she wants to put out excellence and doesn't want to put out a subpar product. So better to pull the plug and then and wait till it's ready to go in her time.
She's like a fine whiskey.
Yeah.
I get in my own head sometimes, like if I have to make something for someone, and I want it to be absolutely perfect when it's done. You know what I mean? I don't want to even start.
Your woodworking stuff you're talking here now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, leather, wood, metal, all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Kathy now is a cat.
She's a real live person.
Just like a grumpy lion. Yeah.
You're a cat.
Yeah, Katie, you're a cat.
I don't know.
I like when she looks to the side.
She looks to the side.
The app doesn't know what to do. It's like, zoinks!
That'd be weird if it stuck to a face behind her or something.
The dog's got the cat face.
The dog, that would be amazing. Nope, he does. Never mind. He's not going to participate.
Yeah, no, he's not doing
He's
that.
like, don't turn me into a cat, you witch.
Yeah. So there you go.
What a great show.
What a great show.
Spectacular.
The fact we haven't been nominated for whatever it is that podcasts get nominated for is incredible.
How did ChatGPT not come up with this idea? I don't understand. It should have been should have been that. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Oh God, you can find me living in this zoo over here where I also belong. God,
Midas just tell us where you can find him. Yeah.
You can also on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, Tim.
Find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Jeff from Iowa, Iowa's newest bourbon fan.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can find him on the abvnetwork.com if you search for Jeff from Iowa.
Yeah.
There we go.
His previous shows, yes.
We did it.
Or send us an email and with Jeff from Iowa questions, because that goes to McNew. So yeah, I like that even better.
You should not know what the hell's going on.
Oh my God, Jeff from Iowa!
I didn't know he's allowed out of jail yet. I thought his internet privileges away.
Oh my God! All right, Miss Becca Sue, how about you? Where can people find you?
Did you ask Tim?
Yeah,
You did?
Covered. Yes.
This is just a fantastic show.
It is.
You can find me on Twitter.
It's stellar.
Wow. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue. 1K, no C's.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. That's where you can find stuff like Jeff shows and so much more, or send them a message through our Contact Us form. Feel free to send your messages to Jeff via that. That would be fun. And please come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop. Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bita.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
See you later.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.